like up here.
Oh god. Yeah, all the more reason. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to the studio.
For the fourth time.
We've got it's a recurring theme now. We've got new decorations. If you missed last fortnight's episode, it was a Halloween special, but we had a really impressive Halloween decoration. So you should go back and watch that. But watch this episode first, because today we're going to talk about all things modification-y and taste. But before we do that, we have got a lot of exciting bits to talk about, because we've both been up to quite a lot of car-y shenanigans. I will just kick things off by saying I have just finished helping my brother tighten his alternator belt, and he's just come back from the garage week before last, having fitted an AAZ engine into his Mark 1 Caddy. So that is the 1.9 diesel from the Passat. So a 1999 Passat.
Oh, it's one of the ones that goes on forever.
Yeah, it's a really common engine swap into the Mark 1 Caddy. So because the wiring is very similar, so it's just kind of not quite plug and play, but
near enough.
Yeah. But it's just got me thinking. I just really want to do some sort of project like that I can just start and finish in one go. I know you're gonna.
I was going to say your gearbox, but that's a bit more than.
Well, yeah. On that, so. I'll brush over this briefly, because we'll have far more to talk about this next episode, hopefully. But this weekend, hopefully, I'm going to collect a new gearbox.
Nice.
Basically, my gearbox exploded, oil all over the road from probably about a mile up the road. For ages, there was just a line of gearbox oil all the way down the road, and you can just see where I've driven into the driveway. Like,
I didn't
just a line
it was
of
that bad.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I kind of went to accelerate over a car. No, down the road, off a set of lights. I came around the corner after the lights. I went to overtake this car, and the whole car just went kind of like kind of that kind of thing. And I kind of thought, this is going to sound really stupid after that reaction, but I kind of thought it was like a kind of electrical lack of power or something like that. I carried on. My brother, because he hadn't been in the car for ages, he was looking at me like I was mental for carrying on. And I mean, I was being mental, to be honest, carrying on boosting it after that. But then I went down the road and I pulled into the driveway. And just as I pulled into the driveway, literally it was like I'd hit a brick. It was like I'd hit a brick wall. Yeah, a brick.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. And then the whole car just stopped. I was like, oh, God, what's happened? I got out, looked under the car, and literally it was like pouring out. I was like, my gearbox evicted all of its oil.
Yeah.
But anyway, more on that next week, because hopefully it'll be a bit more fixed. But yeah, I've been using public transport for the last few weeks.
Lucky you.
Fun. What have you been up to this week?
All sorts. It really is, you know.
Oh my God, there's loads since I last saw you, actually.
Yeah, so
right.
I was invited to be a co-driver in a hill climb rally.
Yeah.
The other weekend, so that was good fun. I think we ended up coming third in the end.
Oh,
which we were pleased
awesome.
with.
Yeah. Weren't you waiting for a evaluation or something?
But then certain hill climbs were cancelled on the day because not enough people did it, because there were like staffing issues or something, like safety issue.
Okay.
So the points we'd gained on those hills by finishing them, they were then cancelled. So we like everyone had 0 points for those, but we'd got good points on
the others that you did.
Because it works like golf.
Great.
It's like so you get a maximum number of points if you don't make it up the hill.
It doesn't mean anything to me if you compare it to golf.
And then so basically the lower the score the better.
Was it fun?
It was really good fun. It was a long day.
Were you like right here, left a bit, right a bit?
Yeah. Well, I was more like you're spotting as well, like a lot of like rocks and whatever else. And
did the driver know the course quite well?
Yeah, he's been doing it for years.
Right. So it's on that one course, or does he go?
There's so there was about 14 or 15 different hill climbs, but then between each of those you have to follow a set route as well. You know, you often see people that have got lost and they're going the other way to you.
Oh.
So that's how you gain a few spaces there as well. And
people getting lost.
I know, it was a really long day, but it was good fun.
But then you went home. Do you drive up in your Porsche in the Cayman? Yeah. Which leads us on to the next thing that you've been up to.
The Porsche is now in the garage, having its bumpers and bonnet resprayed, as well as a few other bits touched up as well.
Awesome! It's very exciting.
So So yeah, it was just gone to a local guy that we've used for other bits and pieces anyway. So,
yeah, the work you just showed me then, it looked really kind of professional.
Yeah, no, he's a really nice guy as well. So
maybe I'll flag some of the work up on the screen just for the YouTube people to see.
Hopefully get that back on Friday, all nice and shiny.
Awesome, exciting. Yeah, and then straight up to Devon to
ruin it again.
yeah. Cool, awesome. So as you may or may not know, this last weekend just gone was the Classic Motor Show in the Birmingham NEC. I've never been to the Classic Motor Show before, but yeah, it was the most. They had six of the halls of the NEC covered in everything you could possibly imagine relating to classic cars. But what I really hate, when like the general consensus is, when I think of a classic car show, I just think of like
men in tweed caps,
literally
being
sat
really snobby
sat in their deck chairs in a muddy field next to their like half rusted Ford,
like Ford Focus or something from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just something that doesn't appeal to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying any car like that is any less personally valuable to. Anyway, it was the complete opposite of that. It was, lots of really professional high-end F40s, loads of
Lancia,
stuff.
I was quite jealous of that.
Speaking of Lancia Deltas, I saw a few of those Lancia Deltas. If you can't see, I'll zoom in a bit. But I recently have just made... So Ewan has this model car, 1:18 scale. I thought I'd have a go at making a bit of a diorama, so here we are. It's a section based on the Monte Carlo rally. I thought I'd display it there. But anyway, the Classic Motor Show... so Iconic Auctioneers took over half of one of the halls, which is really fun, because I've never been to an auction before. Have you been to an auction?
No.
It was, even though you're not buying anything, the exhilarating energy
is fun, isn't it?
It's so we managed to get a seat as well. There are not that many seats, and there's loads of people stood around, but it was just set up so you could just kind of walk in and walk out whenever you want. You do have to. We were made to buy this massive catalogue. It was a tenner. But I think it's worth it for a tenner.
It's a good keepsake as well. You got some good pictures in there.
Rowan Atkinson's E-Type was for sale.
Oh, really?
Harry Metcalf's stuff was for sale. That's actually how Harry Metcalf of Evo magazine.
Oh.
That's how I found out about the show anyway, or that's what reminded me a few months ago, because I saw his stuff was going up for sale, namely the Lamborghini Espada, which I just absolutely love. And I went with my dad, and he hadn't seen an Espada before, and he was like, but it's just an ugly greenhouse. And I think that's quite a good description. But it's such a V12 and the front, you got the classic proper shifty.
It's a 2+2, isn't it? So you got some back seats.
So Ian Tyrrell was there from Tyrrell's Classic Workshop, and I watched a video because he restored that Lamborghini Espada that was there. So Ian Tyrrell owns a Classic Workshop in North Wales. And Harry Metcalf took his Espada originally there to be restored. Actually, before that, I think Harry Metcalf bought it from Ian Tyrrell in the first place. But anyway, I watched one of the videos on it when he takes it for a test drive, and he said that it is more than a 2+2 because the back seats are actually usable.
Yeah, so I suppose, like the 2+2 configuration in like a 911 or something.
Yeah, you
can use it if you've got kids, or if you have an adult with no legs. But other than that, they're pretty useless.
Yeah.
Although they can fold down and fit your golf clubs, which is what most 911 users would probably use it for.
But there was loads of awesome bits for sale at that auction. There was one of my favourite. I've never seen anything like it before. It was a Land Rover with an older Land Rover with an Airstream on the back. So it was like an Land Rover camper, but Airstream, and it looked really, really good. And it followed the same design language where you've got this kind of rounded sort of front, and then true to the Land Rover design, you've got just a flat back.
I like the 6x6 fire service.
Oh my god!
That
was so good. Yeah, so I'll flag a photo up on the screen now, but there was 1989 Range Rover Carmichael 6x6. I've never heard of Carmichael before, but so the in this book it gives you every single car, bike, item that is for sale, and then it gives you a guide price. So the guide price was for this Land Rover
8 to 10, wasn't it?
8 to 10,000, and it went for £6,188. What an absolute steal!
It's just over £1,000 a wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get the rest of the car with it as well.
Yeah, imagine having 6 wheels, 6x6.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
No, it's even if someone has a faster car and you go, I've got more wheels there.
Yeah,
I'll be that, can there?
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing that you think of that has 6 wheels is the 6x6.
Mercedes.
And that's 100 times more expensive.
I don't know how much it would be.
But
a lot by the sounds.
100th of the price.
But it would turn
You're definitely not getting.
I feel probably more heads if you went to Dubai somewhere like that. I guarantee that Land Rover would turn more heads because it's just
Oh my god, a British fire truck!
Everyone's got a 6x6 Mercedes.
Actually, they don't have an American accent in Dubai, do they?
It depends. They've got they're on holiday.
Yeah, true. Another thing that I liked that was there that I always gravitate towards these whenever I see one, but it's iconic Clio V6. Now, I think it was a couple of years ago. There was a lime green, that classic Clio V6 lime green one. It's sold on collecting cars for 95 grand. But this one, I'm not sure what the guide price was, but it sold for 37.
That's a bit more reasonable, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Was that like mid-COVID when it was like everything was ridiculous?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Because although it's a really cool car, it's
90 grand plus.
It's not 90 grand cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That Land Rover Defender with the Airstream thing.
How much is that?
It went for.
Oh, that interior's nice.
56 grand.
It looks so funky. It reminds me of Gru's car.
Yeah, it does a bit. This photo here with all the sheep around it. It's classic.
It's got to be in Wales.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Must be. Sheep must be in Wales. In Hall 5, which is where I spent most of my time, there was the Drive Tribe area, but there was a Meet the Experts stand, and there was loads of people, loads of like influencer type people talking. So it was mostly compared by Mike Fernie, who has just recently left Drive Tribe, but you know Mike Fernie. They were interviewing the likes of Mike Brewer, Matt Watson, Richard Hammond was there. I think he was only there on the Friday, so I didn't manage to catch him because I went on the Sunday. But yeah, Ian Tyrrell, Driven by Meg, loads of people. But the bit that I stayed for that I enjoyed the most was the interview where Mike Fernie interviewed Tiff Nadell and Frank Stevenson, which was really cool. He designed the P1 and the 430 and the rear wing of the RS Cosworth, and he designed the Mini 1.
Oh, right.
So it was really funny. He was really.
I sent you that video about how he used fish aerodynamics for the P1.
For the P1,
that was him.
Yes, that was him. Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't really know what he looks like, but then Mike Fernie said, "This is Frank Stevenson." I was like, oh my god, and I was fully like engaged for the whole 45 minutes, hour, I think, ish, that he was there. He talked about how he designed the Mini 1, and he was kind of a bit apprehensive about telling the story because it's a bit non-PC, but he said, basically, he always designs the car around, like, he liked to design cars with anatomy in them, and he said, especially in the Mini 1, there's loads of, like, human body parts, like, in the design that you can kind of subtly see if you point them out. He was like, you can't, you'd notice if I pointed them out, you'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So the wing mirrors especially, can you guess?
Boobs.
Yeah. Literally, yeah. And
Horatio Pagani modelled his, the Huayras mirrors after his wife's eyes with Atlantic. He just designed the Minis ones after.
I mean, I feel like that's a bit gumpy. Is that like just a story? Like,
I don't know. Well, you've got to get inspiration from somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But Frank Stevenson was saying that he spent the previous week or two just drawing women.
See, what he did was he spent a week drawing women, got caught by the bosses, and had to make up a story, I think. No,
I reckon he was. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's just doing it as a hobby anyway. And thought, those would be good for. Anyway, let's move on. So then the other story that he said was the exhaust. There was 15 different designers with their own team, and they all had to present separate mini concepts for the final design meeting for them to choose whichever one they wanted.
I've heard the story.
What do you...
Was it designed after a Coke cannon, like the last minute?
Similar.
Because it was like before the motor show. They were like, "Oh shit, it's not got an exhaust tip."
Yeah,
and then they designed it. Like,
so the one of them had a Budweiser can, and they thought, right, what can we do in this last moment? We've got like a few hours before we have to go to bed and then get up again to display to be at the kind of to present it. So he chopped a can in half, sanded off the branding, just shoved 2 cans in the back where the exhaust goes, and that worked. It looks fine, and that's why the exhaust are kind of that kind of shape.
Yeah, well, so when I saw that, because even on my Mini, that was from 2018, it had that same sort of shape still.
Yeah,
and it was about the right size too.
Yeah. You could have taken it off and had a swig out of it. But yeah, he said afterwards that the chief head of design person said, "Great design, I love the exhaust, but don't ever make your design team work so hard on milling a solid piece of metal for an exhaust." And he said he just didn't have the heart to say it's just a Budweiser can. Yeah, that's a funny story. He was also asked about the new Jaguar design as well. Someone they opened up for questions from the audience, and someone said, "What do you think about Jaguar?" And he went, "Oh, don't even ask me. Don't even." But he was like, just I don't know what they're doing.
No, it sounds interesting. I like it when they get people that you usually wouldn't see, around or hear from in that sort of way.
Yeah,
in front of that many people.
I mean, to be honest, I thought Tiff Nadell was very. Obviously, he's kind of at a known level where he can probably get away with it, but he did seem quite... the word I'm thinking of is cocky, but I don't want to say cocky because it wasn't quite that, but it was almost that. If I didn't know him, if judging a book by a cover, I would probably have gone, he's a bit...
thinking he's all that.
I don't know, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've never seen him on stage, so maybe his stage persona gives off that vibe. But
because I've seen him on like the odd YouTube video and obviously old Top Gear.
But he doesn't give me that kind of vibe.
He never came across like that before.
No. But yeah, it's great to be able to be so close to these people who you put on this pedestal, and it's just like it's just exciting being they're just kind of normal people.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Mike Brewer was there as well, with his daughter and his wife as well. That's really kind of enthused me to go to some more shows.
Tickets for Goodwood are for sale.
Oh my God! Okay,
I have the email for that. But it's payday for me on Friday, so I wasn't going to tell you until then.
Oh yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that right now. And accommodation, because accommodation for that gets booked up really quickly. I can't believe it's come round again.
I know,
it's so quick. That episode will be exciting. I don't know whether we'll have to do like a roving episode where we
going around,
where we like wander, going around the Cartier lawn, wander around for half an hour with someone following it. We'll have to get someone to follow us with a camera. I've just realised I've forgotten there was a segment that I was meant to talk about at the start. I thought of introducing a new kind of thing to these episodes, and it'll need refining, and we'll probably be able to iron out some wrinkles. But for the let me get up the photo so I can show you, so you can describe it for the audio listeners, and I'll put up the photo for the YouTube people. But basically, the premise is this is a photo of a really small bit of a car, and you there have to comment down below what car you think this is from. I think the colour will probably give it away a little bit, but what car do you think it's from? Don't say the car, because I think you'll probably know it.
I'm trying to be really clever.
But if you can describe this photo without telling the car, saying the car, for the audio listeners. But yeah, basically I'll reveal it at the end of the episode, but for future episodes, at the end of this episode, I'll give you another one. Then for future episodes, it'll just work on, you'll guess the previous shown image in the beginning of the next episode, and that'll be revealed then. So, Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, I know exactly what that is.
So describe it.
Okay, it's around the front headlight. It essentially has eyelashes, and the front grille is sort of like on the bonnet. It looks a bit like a moustache, and it's a very limey sort of like acid green colour.
And the eyelashes on the eyelids on the around the headlight that you say are kind of a similar style to the moustache-looking bit on the bonnet, aren't they?
Yes.
In a black, and the grille is kind of square.
I think it's honestly it's going to be hard for the audio listeners to do this.
Yeah,
I think it's probably sorry guys, but you're going to miss out on this section of the episodes.
People might, yeah.
If you have got it though, well done to you.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll reveal that at the very end. Moving on to the main subject of today's episode, because we talk about this all the time. I want to get your opinion on modifying and speccing cars, whether that's personal or you get these like manufacturers, the companies who take cars and modify them.
It's like you buy your car and then you would take it somewhere and they'd.
Well, you've given away your opinion already. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, what do you think generally about modifying cars? I think this will differ based on the value of the car and kind of the hierarchy of the car.
How you do it as well, because
yeah,
I'm not a fan of Mansory and anything like that, because I'll be honest, all of them look worse than they did before Mansory got the hand on them. Because I know they're expensive or whatever else, but they're just not tasteful. I
mean, I
think I don't know. It just I'm yet to see a Mansory car and I go, ooh, that's a bit of me.
Yeah.
I'm always just like, that looks god awful. It just it's. I don't know, and it's going to be someone's cup of tea because people buy them and they spend the money. I'm just not a fan. Whereas I think you can modify a car tastefully, like if you have like a Ford Escort Mexico or something like that, and you want to put some like period like fog lights on it. You can modify things.
Or Sibby headlights on the front of a Mark IV Golf.
Why not? You can like
rally lights.
Put different like carbs in it. You could do this, that, and the other. You can modify cars or whatever. But I think it just depends how you go about it. Because quite often, I think money can't buy taste, and I just think quite often the spec of a lot of like seeing like the Rolls Royce Mansory editions. Like, to me, a Rolls Royce is meant to be like sleek and like, obviously it's a Rolls Royce, but
it completely undermined the ethos of the whole brand.
They're meant to be sleek and like semi-understated to the point where you could like get away with like gliding past people and they wouldn't really notice or hear you. And then you come by with this like really bright colour car with like all these black carbon, really big bits on it, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't. For me.
So I mean, I think there are some like Urban is another one, and I think
they do it better.
I mean, it's kind of more. Maybe it's more understated, or maybe it's just more similar to the original design language of the car in the first place.
It's a bit of both.
With the Defender and the G-Wagon especially, that's kind of what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because when you think of Mansory, you think of having like a carbon bonnet, but it's like that much bigger higher than it was before with fake vents in it. Yeah,
and you say it is boxy, like most of the Urban and Urban don't do a Rolls Royce. Oh, yeah, actually they probably do, don't they? Yeah, of course they do. But like with Mansory, they're all about like aggression and kind of enhancing those body lines that are kind of already there. But it's like it like you say, it's kind of a sleek, kind of luxurious, kind of feeling shape.
But I just think,
whereas Mansory just you're kind of saying that they just kind of add like aggression that kind of undermines that kind of perceived opulence.
As well, I just don't think they look good. Yeah. I'm just not a fan. But
those interiors are so garish. The interiors that they put in.
Oh yeah, the interiors are
so garish.
As well. But the thing is, though, it even goes down to like. I think just the way people, when I was 12, I would think that was cool. I've not grown up much since then with the things I like.
That summarises it quite well, I think.
But even I have.
When you were 12,
even I am still not a fan.
Yeah.
The thing is, do it for me at all.
this is going to sound really like judgy now, but in a similar way, when I saw Matt Armstrong's 720S at Goodwood last,
in that blue with the white wheels
last year, yeah. So I think that is appropriate modification and the styling for a 17-year-old's Vauxhall Corsa. Not a McLaren 720S.
Well,
but I wonder if he's kind of like, because he's kind of just come up from nothing, and like all car guys started with probably a shitbox, and then modified it.
Wonder if he's sort of,
and it looks as if it's come through halfords. So has he just evolved his car, leveled up with cars, but not quite leveled up?
So do you think as he gets older, he might get a bit more tasteful with it then?
I mean, I don't want to completely slate him, but because I think his YouTube, his presenting style and all that is the way he comes across and editing and stuff is amazing. I just think there's this minor flaw in his taste, which is obviously subjective, but I think it's objective.
Yeah,
and
you don't have to like what he does and whatever. And the thing is, though, people probably think I'm boring for not liking those things. So it's all swings and roundabouts at the end of the day. Do you remember when we were at Goodwood, we were having the chat about Rolls Royce? And I was saying that often the way people spec a Rolls Royce, because you could do anything under the sun with those, can't you?
Right.
And they often have because it was purple with like a greeny interior.
Yeah, it was a Rolls Royce Wraith, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it looked bad. I can't. It's like, I don't know, just. Because if you just had the purple with then a slightly darker interior, you'd probably get away with that.
We're both we're kind of beating around the bush, aren't we? We're trying to say it without actually saying it.
Yeah, it looked like shit.
But
you might have to beat that out, but I just couldn't get behind it. Like
BMWs now, my dad always goes on about, BMWs used to be, they've gone downhill as a brand. They used to be like a sign of class and all that. And now just any Tom, Dick and Harry has a BMW and they just, I wonder if that's where Rolls-Royce is kind of gone.
Well, the thing is, though, as a company, you got to make your sales, don't you? So, if they have more business from, people.
We both sound completely cocky, talking like this.
I could, I'm nowhere near affording anything like that.
Yeah,
So, people
but at least if you could,
but if I could, I'd
it
like to think that I'd spec it a bit. I'd want, instead of the carbon fibre trim inside, I just want the wood.
Yeah.
Because carbon fibre is for a sports car, not a 2.5 ton whatever Rolls Royce.
What I really love,
a few grams on carbon doesn't make a difference.
It kind of reminds me that exactly your point. Carbon fibre is meant for a purpose. It's maybe it's a bit cool. It looks okay, and people get excited about it. But it's like
a bit of epoxy, isn't it?
It's a bit of a fad thing, isn't it? I was watching Home Built by Jeff. I'm about 3 years behind on his videos, but he's made a Alfa Romeo 105, and he's put a Ferrari 360 engine in the front. I think I've been telling you about it. But he was making carbon fibre wheel arches to go on, and apparently he had a lot of comments saying that, why didn't you make them out of carbon fibre? But he was like, I just don't like that look, and it's kind of pointless shaving a few grams just because he was like, if I were to make them out of carbon fibre, then I would paint them.
Yeah.
So there's no point.
No, and I remember there was a video. Someone had a carbon fibre, was fitting a carbon fibre bonnet onto their Subaru WRX or something like that, and they measured the weight of the carbon fibre bonnet against the aluminium one they took off.
Oh, aluminium. There's not going to be that much difference, is there?
The original one weighed less than the carbon.
Well,
I can't remember if it was a car in here. It had an aluminium bonnet, and the aluminium bonnet weighed less than the carbon one.
Yeah.
And but you get it for the style at that point.
Yeah.
Whereas I like a bit of carbon, but I think I prefer seeing bare metal if it comes to a bit of brushed metal, or when you see the knurling on it. I like that. I know you're not a fan of knurled metal.
I think it looks a bit.
But usually you see that and it serves a purpose because it's on stainless steel. It won't really mark. You usually see that on like older cars' dashboards.
I just associate that knurled metal look with just either DIY or industrial. Yeah, it just doesn't.
Back then that's what cars were. Because whenever I think of a car with a knurled dash like that, I think of a Bugatti Type 35.
I suppose I don't.
From early 90. That's what.
I think I don't like it probably because I haven't seen it I haven't known about knurled metal from those original cars that you're talking about.
Yeah, because I then think of like the spikers and things like that. Because
I really can't stand spikers. The look of a spiker just.
But again, I like how they use like a more traditional.
But
because it's more handmade than.
Yeah, but then with like the same with Pagani as well, and not. It just looks like.
Their interiors are a bit.
I think Mansory would probably make a Pagani look better. And I'm more of a fan of Mansory than you are.
I'll tell you what,
I don't particularly enjoy it. But
because Paganis are often spec'd like a Mansory is or whatever, because they have like 5 different colours going on. They have like probably gold wheels, white base paint, then a bit of red, green, and whatever.
I mean, on paper, like
I love the Pagani.
Open gated, open gated gear shifter.
I love it. Like I saw there was
the Craftsman's
Pagani. Do you see the Pagani Zonda that was for sale? But it was in one solid blue colour, and it looked awesome. But when
like a dark like blue. Navy blue.
But then when you put that next to one that was a few different colours, had the Italian flag running down the side, that one looked really. I don't know.
Ready for another
really
flawless.
Busy but whereas the one that was like a darkish like navy blue with like silvery like grey wheels, it looked awesome. And I was like, surely that solid colour one is just worth more because it just looks more tasteful. But yeah, I like that.
I just was going to say then, are you ready for another flawless Italian pronunciation of that? The Italian stripes going down the side. Tricolore.
Is that what it's called?
I wonder if the clientele who buy Paganis have the same taste as that of people who would buy the Mansory stuff.
Maybe. I do just think it depends so much just on the car and the rest of the spec, because. I like that Huayra.
Oh, that blue and gold wheels.
Yeah.
The colour scheme looks really nice.
When it gets too busy, like that on the front.
Yeah. I mean, that to me is classic Pagani. But yeah, I mean, for the audio listeners, that was it was like a blue with like a carbon
massive front
on the front. Yeah, it's like very like. I'm a Pagani.
Yeah.
But then you buy a Pagani and you kind of can't help.
You're spending $3.5 million on a car. It's going to be a bit.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit
shouty
shouty
no matter what way you go. Isn't it?
It's just I mean, I'm not. I'd love to have a go in one. I think on paper they're awesome. I just
what size V12 is
not. It's the AMG one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 6 point something litre, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be 6.3.
Awesome.
It's going to be the 6.4 of that classic. 6 point. Is it?
It was always 6.2, I thought, but maybe they.
Is it NA or?
Yes, but the new ones are turbo. I think.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not. I don't really know much about those. What they put in them, other than they're just Mercedes, but research on the fly.
6 litre twin turbocharged Mercedes AMG V12, and that's in the Huayra.
Right. Then the Huayra is what? 2012.
Yeah, it's going to be around that age.
Yeah, over 10 years ago now.
Yeah,
12, 13 years ago.
I remember when they first came out, though, it had like the flaps that would adjust themselves on the front and back.
Yeah,
and that was, that was awesome at the time.
Well, yeah, and it's got a whole button to test if the flaps work or not.
Yeah, that's just to show off to your friends.
Yeah,
yeah. To go, what my car can do.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, anyway, the carbon fibre talk reminded me of the carbon fibre Enzo that I was talking about last week. But I think that is excusable. Not excusable because it doesn't need to be excused, but because it's just insanely cool. But with that one, it was a one-off, like produced by someone else, and obviously the Enzo is carbon fibre already, but the weave isn't quite. The weave's all kind of messy and it's purely functional. Whereas the exposed carbon fibre one, they rebodied it so that the weave is like perfect, like you have on the exposed carbon Zondas and stuff.
Yeah, which again, there is an element, obviously a big element of craftsmanship then to make it that perfect.
Well, that's the thing about Spiker as well. I think they're. You can't deny that the craftsmanship that goes into those spikers is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah,
and it's as like
It's like it is
as a showpiece. It's quite cool, but
it is almost like a bit of art, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even when you see the detail on the fuel filler cap.
yeah.
Or like the linkage on the shifter with that as
Yeah,
well.
it's insanely cool. But I mean, there's just other things that I'd spend that much money on.
Yeah, which is fair. Yeah.
I'd buy 10,000 out of them times. But yeah, so on the kind of thing of taste, I think you'll probably have a different opinion on this. What do you think of Singer? Because they're someone who takes.
I think they're different because they take the chassis of like an early 2000s 911, don't they?
Yeah.
And, but then we'll put like a different engine in it, different body as well.
Yeah.
And they'll cut one of those up, which there are a lot of those. So, but then that goes beyond just sticking bits of carbon on it like Mansory do, because then that is. I know it's like the shipper thesis thing is like if you have a boat and over the years you replace every bit of it, is it still the same?
Like Trigger's broom.
Boat, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think about it like that, is the Singer 911 the same 911 it started off as?
There's no way you could say it's the same car.
Whereas,
it's a whole new thing, isn't it?
Quite often they're based on their own chassis entirely and they're built from the ground up. So I think it's different entirely. I
mean, there's all these kind of. I don't think if you're concerned about authenticity,
you're not buying a Singer.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not spending £1.5 million on line 11 when you could buy a proper one for
£200
or something. You can buy like a factory fresh 911 from like the 80s or something for like a fraction of the price.
And also, if you want that, if you want the modern kind of drivability, then you wouldn't spend £1 million, £1.5 million on a Singer when you could spend, I don't know, 200 grand on like
an almost a brand new 911
SLS or something. Well, yeah, exactly.
But you want the Singer because you have the style of classic. Because
I just don't understand. Surely you would just buy a
original 911
964 for I don't know how much do they go for?
I'll tell you what. Do you remember that one I showed you recently? It was just under 100 grand, and it was a 930 turbo.
Yeah. So you could buy something like that, and you could buy something like a 458 or something, and you've got the modern drivability.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you could buy a Pista or something.
Or you could buy.
And you
could buy 10 930 turbos. One of them is bound to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you'd have a Singer because you've already got a garage full of other Porsches, and I think it's so different because you can put any engine you want in them under the sun. Because you remember there was that Tunhill 911,
Tuthill,
and then it would like rev to like 12,000 RPM or something ridiculous. Or someone put the Tag F1 engine in one, didn't they? And
the Tag Turbo. Yeah.
And I think, they're so different.
Those Tag wheels are awesome.
Can't remember.
They're like they're kind of similar to the Dino wheels, but they're kind of fatter. They're the 5-spoke star
I think I remember
shape. But they just look really like beefy and
didn't we?
like monoblock kind of stylish sort of thing. But I think they look really cool.
But I do think that Singer is more than just a tuning company because they essentially do it from the ground up. I think it's a bit.
Definitely, yeah. But they're like a modern classic company basically, aren't they?
Whereas some people might argue against them cutting up a 911, but equally those ones are like,
that's true.
Like there's an abundance of them, which is why you can get one from that era for like 20k.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're cutting up a ultra rare.
Yeah, I suppose.
Whatever.
But then, like you say, obviously I'm completely undermining the engineering and the research and design and stuff that's gone into it. But when you think of it as bluntly as you could buy one that looks the same for 30 grand or something.
Yeah.
And then you jump straight to £1 million. There's one on Auto Trader here that is £5 off £1 million. And it's just it's cool.
Yeah.
But you really have to have a lot of spare money to go and
whereas I'd rather, as I said, like a 930 turbo or something along those lines for around say you even got one with like ultra low mileage for like 150k. If you've got the money for £1 million, you're spending a fraction of that.
Yeah. Which leads us on then to spec as well, because I think the people specking singers I think actually the typical singer customer is going to be the complete opposite of a Novitec or urban customer, aren't they? I think.
Yes, because I saw a singer. It's like the dials of the car were gold plated,
right?
And this, that, and the other. And they look, when you look at like the fine details, it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
and that's the sort of detail that urban, whoever else like that, they only do aesthetic things externally, really, and like new seats or whatever, bolstering.
See, there's also we didn't actually talk about Brabus, which are another one, but then they I think what they do is quite cool, because some of it is quite understated, and
they like to do more of like a wolf in sheep's clothing with them, because they up the power by quite a large amount.
It's not quite sleeper, because they do add all like, the red accent. I think it's classic of Brabus, but
I think like Brabus is the sort of thing. I know they might put on some slightly flared arches, but it's not too shouty.
Yeah.
I feel like to the untrained eye, quite
it's enough
it could just about fly.
It's enough to make you go, I'm sure there's something up
special?
with that.
Yeah. It's like, is that a bit special, or because by the time you think twice, it's probably gone.
Yeah, it's so quick.
Like
it's
800 horsepower.
Yeah,
because there was that one that had like 800
the
horsepower,
Brabus
like
rocket,
1,000 Newton meters of torque or something ridiculous.
Yeah, that Brabus rocket is absolutely insane.
But I think they're like the styling wise is slightly more understated than the other ones we've mentioned.
But then with spec, I think generally singer customers are very. I think just. Actually, I wonder if there's some kind of vetting that singer do to make sure that their cars aren't badly spec'd.
Not even that. It's probably just the amount of options are less.
True,
because
I think also
like, with Rolls-Royce, they say you can have any paint color under the sun. Like they say there's no paint color limit.
Yeah.
Whereas with Singer, they'll probably have a select few colors. Yeah. They'll have a couple of options for the interior, but their way of vetoing is they give you like 7 options.
Yeah.
And then
I suppose that's a good way of like making sure that none of their cars are badly spec'd, or have like a stupid pink color or something. But I mean, there are tasteful, like that Ruby Star. A few years ago, I was obsessed with that color, but I've gone off it a bit.
Like there are
but
bright colours that are nice. Like just because a colour's bright doesn't mean it has to be gaudy.
Yeah,
but
true.
Then
that Kawasaki green colour is the worst colour.
That's like acid green.
That's just the worst colour to have on any car ever.
But I think on the motorbikes it works because they're small and.
Wow.
But when that came out in the 80s, that was like it's very of the time, especially in like the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very 80s colour, isn't it?
So and I think on a motorbike as well, I think it, being a bit smaller and the fairing only covers a certain portion of the bike anyway. A lot of it is just black, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas
true.
it's not all green, where a car would be all green apart from the wheels.
It's like a bright light.
That's another thing. I'm not a fan of black wheels quite. I remember when I was younger playing Forza 6.
Yeah.
Every single car that I had in that game had black wheels because I was like, that's the coolest thing in the world. That just looks awesome. And now I much prefer a colour like these ones, like a lighter.
We're starting to build up like a cliche of everything that, like you have a typical Mansory customer, and they would, the type of person that wants a Mansory car would also have black wheels on their car.
Even if you have like a black car, I wouldn't.
It has its place.
I wouldn't want a black car with black wheels. I just think then I know people say it's like murdered out or whatever, but I just don't think it's.
Well, it has its place, but and that place isn't on either of our driveways.
I just think if you can have a black car, everything like that, some like nice silvery wheels really make it look smart. Then I think that that. You'd see that and go, "Ooh, that's smart." Whereas with black wheels, it's just like,
silver wheels always suit every car.
Like even there was a, like the purple Lamborghini Huracans you see going around sometimes.
Yeah,
I saw one of those with like lightish silver wheels, and those being like big as well and like having lots of little spokes in them. I thought that looked really cool because obviously Lamborghini being a shouty colour is normal. Yeah. But then I think if that had black wheels, it would have taken away from the rest of it, whereas the silver, I think, really added to it nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can imagine that would have looked really, really
because
good.
then you could see how low profile the tyres are as well, and I think it just adds to the whole look then.
Yeah. But yeah, so thinking about slightly old, maybe modern classic era kind of older cars, I was racking my brains. I think we had a chat about this a few weeks ago, but I was racking my brains and to try and think of what are the older cars where spec really matters. Like with your car, for example, the 987 Cayman.
Yeah.
In your what's the name of your colour? Do you know?
Meteorite grey or something like that.
In that grey or silvery or a colour like that, I think. Well,
it says
photoed right there.
And because mine's the 0.2, you have a slightly different splitter on the front and and a few other small differences too.
But then I think your car in black, it changes everything.
Yeah, and they had some that people call like the crayon colours. Is what they're nicknamed as, and they have these like funky yellows and oranges and whatever. And I think some of those colours are aged better than others. As well.
I mean, I think like the yellow, that yellow colour that you do see on that kind of age, and the older Boxster as well.
Yeah.
I think especially the 986 Boxster. That colour is kind of associated with that era, so it's kind of like, oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah.
But then it's still, your car looks a lot newer than it is.
Yes, I get a lot of that on when I'm out driving. People saying like, "Oh, there's no," like they ask me how old it is, and when I tell them it's 15 years old, they're like, "What the
yeah, it's mad, isn't it?"
There was a colour that they did. It wasn't that popular at the time. But it was like essentially like metallic British racing green,
right?
And that I think they look really cool.
Yeah,
because it's quite a dark one as well.
Yeah, I can see how that. Yeah, maybe it's dark. Well, no, actually, because if it was dark colours that did that, then actually black would. That disproves that theory.
Like it's not like I know some of like the racing greens or like the greens you come across are like almost black when it's dark outside.
Yeah.
Or like in like overcast weather, but that one you can always tell it's a green. So it's not like a dark green, but it is on the darker end of the spectrum anyway.
Yeah. I mean, what other cars are there that where that applies? Like it's an old car, but the spec kind of makes it either look newer or really dates it.
I think a lot of it is like colour matched bumpers.
Maybe
that can add a lot, because then if they're like like the exposed plastic, that goes like grey.
Yeah.
And I know you can put like that to black on it, but it's only lasts for so long.
Yeah, and that's not, maybe it's because that's not so common anymore, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, I think cars like that has a lot to do with how cars have aged.
I was also thinking of the Mark IV Golf. So, my car, obviously. But I think those, when they are really clean and really polished, I look at one that's got a really loud exhaust. I know I'm being so hypocritical now, but I look at one that's
like a loud exhaust.
I think I've grown up a bit since I bought that car.
It's not been cleaned for ages, and it just looks a bit ratty then, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, that's horrible. Whereas if you've got a car that's like really well polished, it's clearly looked after, it's practically standard factory spec.
Yeah,
and
it just immediately elevates it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like, you think with the worst example, it just, it's really obvious, glaringly obvious that it's such an old car, and you just think, oh god, that's awful. Whereas you see like a showroom fresh looking car, and you think, oh, that can't be that old.
No, and then
I mean, maybe it's just a psychology thing.
No, but I think if you can see that something's been looked after, it immediately makes your brain think, oh, that's...
Think more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like even when I first bought my car, the paint was just a bit, when I bought it was raining, so we couldn't see too much. But it was just a bit dull. You can tell it hadn't been cleaned for a little while.
I don't think wasn't even a
no. But it's even like
concern.
The spoiler comes up. When I washed it, I lifted the spoiler up.
Yeah.
And underneath it was like green, because obviously no one else has ever lifted the spoiler up to wash it until I'd come along, and it was like mossy under.
How many owners has your car got?
I can't remember.
Was it owned by someone else before those people that you bought it from?
I think
4. Right. Okay. Oh,
so
you're the 5th.
I'm either the 4th or 5th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's not.
Which is pretty average for a car that's that age.
Yeah.
A lot of people have them as like a,
Yeah.
you know, their summer car really.
What year is it? 2010?
10.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, but then once I gave it a good polish, the grey looks so much deeper, like a much deeper grey then.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great photo.
Yeah, it came out really well, didn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I think that nearly concludes the episode. Let's move on to the recurring segment, a very exciting recurring segment of Car of the Week. So this is where each of us, each episode, we will find 2 cars each over the week that we have kind of spotted and liked and thought, right, it's worth submitting to this segment, Car of the Week. So do you want to kick things off with your first car?
With pleasure. My first one is a Lancia Delta Evo 2 Integrale.
What's this one?
That is the Delta S4.
Right, for
so that's
audio,
like the full rally spec.
the audio people, I'm pointing to the diorama that I've made with Ewan's 1:18 scale Lancia Delta upon it.
That Lancia has a 2-litre inline-4. It's 4-wheel drive with 215 horsepower.
What age is that car?
1995.
Okay, right, yeah.
0 to 60, 5.7 seconds, top speed of 137. But but that compares to hot hatches nowadays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you compare that to like a Golf GTI or an Audi, you know, I don't know what, like RS3, or would that have too much power? I don't know, but it's the same sort of power and speed.
Like an S-Line or a
probably like
R-Line
an S3. If not an RS, it'd be an S3.
Yeah.
But for a car from
that's punching, isn't it? Really?
Well, yeah, from almost like 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
To still be, you know.
Oh my God, 1995, 30 years ago.
You know, to hold its own like that, I think is great, and I love them. I think they look so cool.
How much is that for?
99,989.
Oh,
but only 44,000 miles on this one. And it is immaculate.
They've had a price hike recently.
They've always been around the 60 odd.
Yeah, that's
mark,
what I was thinking. Yeah, that's a lovely interior.
It is
red on tan.
Yeah, I'll send this to you later. But it looks, but it's all suede inside. But awesome. It's got the HF embossed seats.
That's really cool.
Do you know what HF stands for? If it's a Lancia Delta, HF.
Oh, I did know this. Hello, friends.
No, the viewers might know, but it means high fidelity.
Oh, okay. What does that refer to?
Marketing. It's just, you know, to be high fidelity, it means like top performer.
Yeah.
It's been like,
okay, it doesn't really refer to.
No,
okay,
and another fun fact is the HF logo is an elephant.
Oh.
And when they were coming up with the logo, I think one of the designer's granddaughters was around, and she says something like, "Once an elephant starts running, no one can stop it."
Oh.
So they were like, "That's it. Once."
That's not that common knowledge, though, is it? So like,
probably
that's
not.
No,
I can't even remember where I heard it, but I know it was in some interview that I've seen somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was quite a cool.
Yeah.
Cool fact.
Yeah.
What's your car? What's your next?
So my first car of the 2 is now it caught my eye because I've never seen one before. And it's on paper it's probably sort of average run-of-the-mill car. Not average run-of-the-mill at all. Just average, like on performance-wise. It's just kind of fairly, maybe comparable to a Citroen Ami kind of performance, maybe. But it's the Exam Coupe, 400cc.
Oh, it's in 400cc.
3-door, and it caught my eye because you can drive this when you're 16.
Oh, is it essentially
in the UK?
Like, is it a
on a CBT?
Really? So it's like a moped, or what do they call it? I can't remember now, but they have a name for cars like that, don't they? I know there's like a K car in.
Oh yeah,
in Japan. In Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Let's see some pictures.
It's So this one is on 24,000 miles. 2012. It kind of looks like a Vauxhall Corsa, but squished.
I was thinking Citroen C2.
Oh yeah. It's got well that Corsa like 2007 Corsa front grille looks kind of similar to
It's
that.
funky.
Doesn't it? I mean,
from the back as well.
it looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like what's the car that Walter White uses in Breaking Bad?
Oh, a Pontiac Aztec.
Yeah, it looks like the back where the back goes kind of in, doesn't it? A little bit.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, in the photos, I've just scrolled down. It says coupe on the window. I thought that was an Instagram handle sticker originally.
Oh, the interior got CarPlay fitted in there.
Yeah, and that's very garish, Mansory-esque bold red in the middle.
I think that's a bit of fun, and for something you could drive on a motorcycle license, Wait, was that $9,000?
Yeah,
that's not $9,000. On a walk.
Yeah. With every step, it'd be like, I've saved $9,000. I've saved $9,000.
Yeah.
I've saved $9,000.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money for
diesel.
That. I know. It's a diesel.
Yeah.
It's still
Strange.
$9,000. I can't get my head around that.
Yeah. Funny. Hang on. It says body colour red. That's definitely not red.
Is that why the interior, or has it got a wrap? Because the interior had red panels, and I was like, you know how often cars have like colour matched interior panels?
Oh, maybe. I mean, that'll be interesting.
It's got to have a wrap or something.
Maybe I'll keep an eye on that and see how long it stays there for
Forever.
$9,000. Yeah, maybe.
Forever.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'd never seen anything like that before. I knew that the Twizy you can drive on if you're 16 in France.
Quadricycle, that's what they call it.
Quadricycle.
Because then there's the one with like gull wing doors. The Japanese one is like Honda something, and that's another famous K car, but it's got like
not the NSX.
It's got like the 1.9. Sorry, the 0.9 litre.
Oh, not the Honda Beat. No, that's no, not that one.
But yeah, I know there's other K cars that are like that that are a bit less money.
Yeah, but it's funky though. I thought
it is
was
funky.
Quite funky. Yeah.
It's not $9,000 funky though.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your next one?
My next car is a TVR Tuscan S.
Oh,
it is the most expensive TVR I could find on Auto Trader.
Oh right,
£50,000. It's got a 4-litre straight six.
You probably need about half of that to keep it maintained for the year.
400 horsepower.
That is so. TVR did like mental things.
Yeah, and this car's from 2006. I was.
Yeah, that is.
I
wonder what's happening with the new Griffith. I don't know if that's probably died. I know that loads of people ordered them. Like in the last maybe 5 years ago.
I remain hopeful, but I don't know. 0 to 60 miles an hour, 3.7 seconds. If without traction control, if you don't spin the wheels. In the second.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
And top speed of 185, which again, very modern figures.
Yeah, another one that's punching above its timeline weight. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I love about cars from that era, though. I think they do hold up really
Let's have a look
well
at some photos.
But this one goes against my thing of being black on black, but you can change the wheels.
They look so
sleek.
Cool. Yeah.
So
I remember me and my mate went to Goodwood 4 years ago, and we parked in what was the hotel? The Boar or the Boar's Head or something. And there was a that hotel was insane. Maybe we should look at staying there because that car park was amazing. There was a W12 Bentley there. Nice. Then we parked up. I went in there in my Beetle, actually. There was it can't have been a Veneno, but there was something similar to something like that, like some sort of special event store. I can't remember what it was.
SVJ, was that new back then?
No, more special than SVJ. Really? Something mental. I parked next to a TVR Tuscan, and I think that was one of the first times that I'd kind of been up close with the Tuscan.
I do like a TVR. I like how funky they are though with the interiors, like
Yeah.
not just with where the door handles are placed.
So
But like the Tuscan, a lot of the heater controls are behind the steering wheel, so you have to reach through the steering wheel to get to them.
is it the Chimera or Chimera?
Yeah,
or
the Chimera.
Chimera. Yeah.
Like the door handle.
Another flawless pronunciation.
Like you open the doors by turning the little
Also,
dial.
the heater vents are like behind, like a little nook.
Yeah.
It's like you're heating the interior.
The centre console.
Of, the carpet. Yeah.
But I like that about them because they're just a bit silly.
Yeah.
But you cannot ever daily drive one because it would break down, and then when it did,
constantly have a massive grin on your face.
You would,
even when it broke down. I reckon.
Like, oh. But yeah, because if it breaks down, you get to step outside and look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my next car, I think these are they settled price wise. I think it's a Audi R8 V8 4.2 litre 2007. I think the spec, it can change the age of it. I think the brighter colours on these Audi R8s, I think generally
although the white
are
with
okay.
black carbon sills is a classic.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably haven't told you, Mikey. Do you know the one that bought the R8 but it was crashed out?
Oh yeah.
He's managed to find a new engine.
Oh.
For $6,000.
Yeah.
Fitted, works.
Yeah.
So he's just putting it all back together now and doing all the fine tuning.
Nice. What did he buy that car in the first place?
$12,000.
It was crashed and engineless.
The engine it came with the engine, but it was in bits and boxes. Right. So bought the crash, or actually no, it wasn't crash damage. Sorry, it was just the engine had blown and one of the pistons had just exploded.
Oh, okay.
And like one of the rods had bent. So it was really.
I wonder how much he spent on it. I wonder if it's still less than $30,000.
Yeah, well, he bought the car for 12. Yeah. New engine for 6.
And that was about what the first gen at R8.
That's that gen.
This gen, yeah.
So yeah, car for 12, engine for 6. Obviously labour's free because he does it himself.
Yeah.
And it's good as new.
$18,000 on a R8.
It's not
can't go wrong. Yeah.
No. So
although it's probably going to be a bit more than that with other parts, but.
I don't think
it'd probably be what?
It's like plug and play.
$20,000 ish.
Well, I don't really know what other parts he would have needed because they're all fine.
Oh, okay.
Because he just bought a whole engine.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just bits; it was just a whole engine. He just took the old one. Well, the old one he didn't have to take it out.
It's not bad really for $6,000.
Because the transmission was fine, so he just took the transmission off the old, bolted that to the new, plugged it all in. He was having an issue though with it idling funny.
Right.
And the reason was because he left the dipstick out. So I don't know.
Oh.
So obviously, what a dipstick you could say, but him and his friend spent about 2 hours supposedly trying to find out, and it was only when he accidentally put his hand over the hole, and it was fine, and he was like, "Oh no!"
That's like leaving glasses on your head or something.
I know.
Where are my glasses?
Or it's like using your phone torch to look for your phone.
Oh my god, yeah.
Not that I've ever done that.
I've done that far too many times.
But yeah, but it's all working now. See, the last time I spoke to him, it was only just in and working, but I'm assuming that's all back together now. But I need to go and see it to go for a spin because that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really, really cool. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I just overtook your little segment. But
that's kind of summarised it really.
But yeah, as you say, naturally aspirated. It's the gated manual, his one as well.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so you can get these for cheaper.
Also.
But obviously they've got the is it DSG?
Probably.
I think it's the DSG thing, isn't it?
Generic Audi DSG.
But, yeah, 4.2 litres of awesomeness. Yeah, I think that'd be
a good choice.
Would you say supercar?
Well, look,
I think it was a supercar then.
It was a supercar. It's more sports car territory nowadays.
I think,
but it's still a supercar because of the styling. I think
I don't agree.
It was more understated, but I think that. If back then it was a supercar, I'd still class it as a...
Yeah, I don't think you can strip cars of their supercar title, even if they've kind of...
Well, if you think, a Ferrari from the 80s,
or even
a supercar back then...
Or even a Ferrari from, mid-2000s.
Yeah, it doesn't...
sports car territory now,
because to be a supercar, it's not just the performance, but that makes it supercar, but also the head turning...
But it's relative to its current competitors at the time, though, isn't it?
It's like, how likely it is to, turn someone's head... it's also just it's just the generic. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just the attention it might get you.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Well, that concludes today's episode. Before we do sign off, we need to reveal what car that photo was from. So Are you all ready? Are you ready for it?
I think they are.
What was the car?
It was a Lamborghini Miura.
Yay! It was the Lamborghini Miura that was at the Tyrrell's workshop stand in the NEC, which was really cool to see. And it was parked next to a Ferrari F40.
Ooh.
So yeah,
nice.
that was very, very, very.
If you can
cool
have
to
either
see.
or, which one would you have?
Oh my god, that's difficult. I think I'd lean towards the Miura, to be honest. I think it's a bit. I just.
See, I like it because it's a V. It was, people say it's like the first supercar because it's mid-engined V12, and I love the styling.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have always loved an F40.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also know it's like the F40 is now like a TikTok kid car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I can't bet that. I'd say it would. The F40, but like by a hair.
You know what? On the earlier topic of spec, on that, you saying that it's now become that kind of. It's
like TikTok.
Set
it's like
itself
the
into
GT3 RS,
that,
isn't it?
Well, I used to love when the Mark 7 Golf R came out. I used to love that car. I thought that was really cool. Now it's kind of morphing into what the Vauxhall Corsa was back in like mid 2000s.
Yeah, like
it's
like
like
I
just kind of like
it's owned by that sort of.
And because of that demographic, I don't really like the car anymore.
No.
Which is annoying because I really want to like it. It's just, I don't want to be one of those people. And whilst I probably look like that type of person with my car now, but
no, I think because I love an F40, I always have, and I remember the first time I ever saw one.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact now I don't want to be part of the same crowd as all like the other people that flock to it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe I should just care less what people think.
Yeah, well, that's why I still love the F40 because I still love that car and I think it's amazing. Yeah. But yeah, it makes me like think, am I one of those people? Yeah, yeah.
Let's continue this new segment of. It needs a funky name rather than guess the car from the detail photo. Guess the car from the detail photo.
It almost rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. So I'm going to show the people a photo now. You'll have to describe this one as well.
Okay.
For the audio listeners.
They'll have to find out what it is next time.
Exactly. So we will continue this as a recurring thing. I should say that this being episode 4, next episode will be episode 5. It'll take us to the last Friday of November, I believe. And that will also be the final episode of the year. So we'll have to do a kind of, I don't know whether maybe we should do a year of car roundup, but there's also a particular topic that I want to talk about, and that is the madness of the ridiculous engines that manufacturers put in cars from factory in years gone by, notably the ridiculous Volkswagen engines that I just absolutely that I love. But anyway, more on that next time. For now, I'll leave you with this. So here is the photo up on the screen now. It is that.
Ooh.
So describe it for the people. What are you seeing?
Okay, I'm seeing a pop-up headlight. One like elongated fog light down there or something, is it?
It's kind of rounded front end. It's the front left corner of the car.
I don't know what
front right corner of the car.
You've chosen a really tough one.
What era would you say it is?
90s to me.
I'd say probably around then, if not. Yeah.
So it's got a pop-up
90s.
headlight, a rounded indicator next to a fog light. Then that's like circular.
Yeah.
That's honestly the best I can do. So sorry, everyone.
But yeah, well there we are. It's another car that was at the NEC Classic, the Classic Motor Show.
You'll have to
NEC.
tell me about that afterwards. I'm not waiting 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you have to wait. No, but yeah, thank you for listening again. That went by quite quickly, didn't it? Really, but we've already been recording for an hour and 15 minutes, so
we've got to cut this down.
Oh my god! But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Any final words?
No.
Great. See you in the next one.
Bye.